You are learning how to master money, not be a slave to it. And in the beginning, any small victory, any small victory is what you feel like you need to keep pressing forward. And some of you, unfortunately, want to do that prematurely with trades. I just need that little affirmation, that little nudge. This is going to work for me. I know he said don't push a button. I know he said don't trade, but I have to. Michael, if you could just feel what it feels like to be inside this skin of mine. I got to wake up every day and do this dumb shit and make no money. I'm in a country that doesn't make any fucking money, and I'm in an impoverished nation. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother. I can't get a job with my college degree. I dropped out of college. I couldn't afford it. My mom and dad don't do this for me. Look, listen. All that stuff may be true. I had everything stacked against me. Everything. I had no pedigree that had money before me. I had no advantages where people could help me get into certain things, fall into certain, perfect scenarios for jobs. I didn't have any of those advantages. I didn't have this, where somebody's whipping my ass into shape when I'm doing stupid shit. Get me back on the rails. Keep me focused. Let me tell you something. My feelings would not have been fucking hurt because this is exactly how my grandfather talked to me. And I miss it. I wish I could hear that Navy man whip my ass and get your head in the fucking game. Focus on this. What are you looking at that shit for? This is what you're supposed to be focusing on right now. Yes, sir. I didn't have that when he passed away. He didn't see me do this. You have someone in me that proves that we can do this consistently. I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm giving you a mindset, a way of thinking about it, how to conquer your demons, wrestle with them, pin them, beat their fucking ass. But you have to show up and do everything I tell you to do. And everything I tell you not to do, you need to keep it away.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. John's on my playground, never asking why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop loss is shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trade lots now, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trader age every single day. Trendline snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.
Yo, yo, yo. Can you guys hear me? I think I fixed my mic. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. What's up, what's up? Say what's up in the chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Let me know how everybody is doing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Give me 1 second here. Get this going here. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Good morning, guys. Say what's up in the chat. Like the stream before we get started. Vote in the poll. Let me know your guys' bias for today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who we got in here? Market just opened up here about a minute ago. Good morning, Nika. Good morning, Daybot Meta. Good morning, MJ, Ali, Dario. Sam, no, the stream is not buffering. You should be good. Sam Soar, good morning. MT, Sashin, Zachariah, Volt. Yeah, did you guys like the little cheesy intro beat? Get the vibes going here for CPI day. Good morning, guys. What's up, Kookie? What's up, Jordan? Brian, good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like the stream, like the stream. We'll go ahead and get rocking and rolling here, getting to some charts. So CPI day today. We had CPI numbers come out lower than expected, so inflation is cooling. And looking here at the NASDAQ, let me see. Not like a whole lot of reaction so far from the CPI candle, if I'm being honest. Pretty tame. Looking here at the daily, we've taken out previous daily high. I still like the new week opening gap as a potential draw, to be honest with you. Let's see, we got price. Did we tap up into this yet? Extend this across. I don't think so. So these would kind of be the levels. If we're bullish, this would kind of be the level that I would see price trade into next. This wick overlapping this fair value gap. But I still like the draw towards this previous daily low. No lower wick and new week opening gap still to be traded into. So I do like that, if I'm being totally honest with you. So far today, yeah, we've got open London lows, and we are currently about 2 standard deviations up from Asia range. So yeah, that's more of the bias that I'm leaning towards right now. Looking at obviously data high, data low. We've kind of just been sideways since the CPI candle, to be honest. So I'd like to see some clear manipulation and then play off of that. But I would say my bias for right now is a little bit more wanting to see downside, to be honest with you. That could change. We'll see. This hourly candle, obviously we got like 30 minutes left on it, and the 4 hour as well. Thank you. Looking a little bit stronger than ES at the moment. Let's double up. All right, we should be set. Dun, 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 dun. So hourly, 15-minute. All the way down to 5 and 1. Oh, the ES chart is a lot more scrunched than the NQ one is. A little bit more aggressive reaction with CPI on the S&P. Looks like with an SMT currently here. Sponsoring this move up. So we'll see if it maintains, but data high right here. I guess the bias that I would hold right now loosely, it would be the data high sweep and then a potential reversal. For me personally, boys and girls, data high, bada bing, bada boom. Oop. So we'll see what we get here, boys and girls. But looking at the poll in the chat, you guys can still hear me, right? Yep. Bullish, bear. Oh, wow, 50% bearish. Okay. Man. I don't know if we're just like in sync lately, but I feel like we've had the same bias a lot of days in a row now. My win rate? Oh, it's terrible. I don't know if I've won a trade on stream before. I've been streaming for a while. I'm still trying to figure it out. No, I don't fucking know my win rate. I don't know. I feel like the only reason people would ask that is if they're trying to copy trade me. All right, don't see anything else. Need a 1 to 8 right now? Yeah, don't we all? Data high just got taken, boys and girls. Let me turn this background music down a little bit. Data high just got taken. So obviously we got a huge SMT divergence with that as well. So market seems to be, I don't know, a little distorted at the moment. OAM's not doing a whole lot either. Not a whole lot going on right now. We don't have any other news today. Tomorrow's no news, and then we got PPI Thursday. So we'll see how this sets up. Would like it to maybe form some more structure here if we're going to get this reversal. Maybe one more drive higher and then sell. Would be nice. Otherwise, I think we could potentially end up seeing a 6 sister with ES, and then ES maybe kind of drags NQ higher as ES also goes for its data high. That could be a possibility as well. NQ data high, am I not looking at it? Oh, is it not taking on the E-mini, just the micro? That could be. So data high not taken on the E-mini yet, but it is taken on the micro contract. Interesante. Interesante. Don't ask me why. Oh. Oh, are you serious? A clean 4-hour candle range theory, huh? Are you saying like in the next 4-hour candle or? This really just looks like a continued grind higher, to be honest. All right. Data high officially taken here on the NASDAQ. Berlin, the NQ1 contract is the continuous contract. I mean, it's the same. I would recommend always going off the front month though. So if you're looking at the NQ1 continuous, you want to make sure that you have your back adjustment toggled on. So your B-edge on the bottom right. Then it should be the same as your front month contract here. But NQM is just the specific contract, so this is the June contract. Man, can you tell me what are data highs and data lows? It's the high and lows that were printed from the news data that came out at 8:30. So the big three, NFP, CPI, and FOMC. Two-stage delivery is kind of the go-to bias a lot of times on these days. So data high sweep to then see two-stage delivery to data low, or vice versa. It's not like a pure 100% delivery all the time, but I would say the majority of the time. I would safely say the majority of the time. So that's generally the bias that I hold going into the day, and generally the narrative aligns with that as well on a CPI, NFP day, or FOMC in the afternoon after the event. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how this all shakes out. I don't know if it'll be a micro day or not. I mean, it kind of depends on the size of the stop, but right now it's not too bad. We looked at the VIX yesterday. The VIX is back down to normal levels. So you're back to looking at like 20 to 30-ish, maybe 40-point stops on the NQ, depending on what time frame you're going off of. Yeah, the only thing is market opened up. We did manipulate lower here before this push for data high. Created this SMT with ES, as you guys can see here. So I guess if one was willing to jump the gun right at market open, that could have been a play there. How did that short go yesterday? Yeah, I ended up going break even on it. Basically, we finally traded back into green after sitting in that trade for like an hour and 15 minutes. And then we took out a low on ES, created a bullish SMT on the 1 minute. So then I just went break even. And yeah, then price reversed and essentially went to my first profit target for the long that I took. I tried a long earlier before that short that also got stopped at break even. So 2 break even trades for me yesterday. That was pretty much it. Yep, they did FX Stefan. They kind of let a lot of their partners on and made us believe that we were going to be retained on like a flat rate fee. And then yeah, essentially they just didn't I don't think they stayed true to their word with their negotiations, and then they basically told all of us to piss off. They did it nicely though. Nicely in a dickhead way, if that makes sense. It's kind of like it's like when your girlfriend's like, "It's not you, it's me. I just need to work on myself. I just wanna find myself." Nicely in a dickhead way. I mean, it was kind of dickish the way that they went about it. if I'm being totally honest. It felt like it was not very transparent or very honest. And then they like strung a lot of us on until like literally the last minute. And that whole time, like, because you're under contract, you weren't allowed to promote anything else. So weren't allowed to promote anything else, talk about anything else. So I think that could have been handled a little bit differently, but it is what it is. I'm going to end the poll off here, guys. Yeah, so it ended up being pretty split. Now we're bullish, bearish, 42%, 46%. A little bit more of a mixed bag now. Is your prop firm shagging your best friend? What do you mean? What? When she says you're too good. You're too good for me. You deserve someone better. Yeah, we could be setting up this short here. I would like to see an actual structure shift here on the 1 minute at least before engaging. Preferably, it's kind of what I'm waiting for. Because this could just keep drifting higher. But with ES maybe going to take out its data low, but ideally, yeah, we'd get something like this to set up and I would take this. And yeah, this data low printed much differently on micro. So the actual data low is 946 on E-mini. 946. So that's like down here. If I were to just mark the area on where is it? If I were to just mark the area on the micro as well. Yeah, interesting. Always kind of annoying when the micro contract and the E-mini contract kind of print a little bit different structures. Would I ever have a course? I don't know. Not anytime soon. I teach everything that I know for free. I explain everything to the best of my ability for free, so. So I don't know if it'd be worth having a course ever. The only reason that a course would be helpful for people is if they wanted everything kind of organized in a neat little all-in-one spot, but that wouldn't, I don't know. That's not really in my plans as of now. Got to replace that affiliate money somehow. Fucking facts, Jacob. Oh my gosh. Oh, I try to be mad. Thanks. Macro in like 3 minutes as well, boys and girls. Stavinci says it's Monday. I expect the move being slower. It's actually Tuesday. I do have a video on macro, Ernesto, yes. honestly, I have a couple like really good educational videos on my TikTok as well, guys. That are a little bit maybe even shorter. So if you're not following me on TikTok, maybe go check those out. I mean, I don't post on it as often as I used to. I'm basically just posting trade recaps on there at this point, but there were a couple like really good educational videos that explain like macro, SMT divergence, like basic concepts and stuff like that. And then I have a whole smart money concepts basics playlist on my YouTube. And if you are in the Discord, if you go down to the bottom of the server, there's a section called, I think it's called resources. I think that's what I named it. If you go down to the Discord and scroll down to resources, if you click on Smart Money Basics, I have that playlist pinned in there, and then I also have another like little education playlist of videos that I've made, kind of teaching some stuff that are all on my YouTube. But yeah, macro is pretty simple. I mean, it's really just the last 10 minutes of an hour and the first 10 minutes of the next hour. So it's a 20-minute window around the tops of hours. Essentially, that's the easiest way to put it. In the PM session, they change a little bit. But even if you just focused on the tops of hours for reversals, I mean, as ICT traders, a lot of us are reversals. Even if we're trading a reversal inside of a continuation, like that's still what we're trading. So, if you focus on 1 hour, 4 hour powers of 3, you're gonna be fine. The key really is identifying the proper draw and the power of 3 to position yourself to trade towards that draw. That's literally all. People always ask me like, Tyler, what's your strategy? How do you trade? And I'm like, in the most simple terms, I literally think that is the easiest way for me to explain it. I try to identify the correct draw on liquidity, and I identify the power of 3 towards what I think that draw is. Right. And then obviously if price is kind of showing you something different, you can adapt and change. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. You know, it's not in how I enter. I really don't give a fuck. Like whether it's a unicorn, a BPR, a 2022 model, an inversion fair value gap. I don't care. I want to get the direction right. Power of 3 is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So you take it all the way down to a candlestick, right? So a bullish candlestick opens up, manipulates lower, goes up, puts in a high, comes down and closes, right? So that's a bullish candlestick. Same as for bearish. It's just the opposite. Open, high, low, close. So a power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. In the way that looks in phases in terms of, whether it be intraday or session by session or whatever. Let's see if I can find like a good example. Maybe instead of just talking about it. It's kind of tricky going off the open of the week, but like for an example, like let's go to like last week, Wednesday, we had a really, I feel like we had a really clean example of this. Here we have, oh shit, wrong one. My bad. Accumulation, right? And then we get price in London session in this example, manipulating these lows below sell side liquidity in London session. Boom. Accumulation, manipulation, and then we get that distribution higher during actually pre-market and then into New York session. Oh. Sorry, I'm kind of clicking all over the place. So accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So but you could see how you could have identified a move like this without even, it's like you didn't need to be any sort of genius. Like the simplest ICT trader could have been like, oh, we swept Tuesday low, we swept previous day low liquidity, now I'm bullish, right? And you wouldn't have even needed to like look at it in terms of like a power of 3 or anything like that. That's just generally because I'm usually looking at a daily, a 4-hour or a 1-hour candlestick to kind of frame my bias inside of, because I'm only trading like an hour or 2 a day. Like I don't need to fucking worry about necessarily anything beyond that, right? Because I need to get like the current 1-hour or 4-hour candlestick that I'm trading in correct. And if I can get that correct and then obviously identify the power of 3 inside of that, then I'm going to be on the right side more than I'm offside, right? So, I guess in terms of like simplifying your trading, I feel like that's pretty simple, I guess. It's simple, but it's still hard, right? Because, I mean, trading is trading, but that's really all that I'm trying to look for. And when I identify wrong, then I'm wrong and I lose, and that's that. Bro, why is you bearish? And then I hear that in the chat. Not interested in buys. I mean, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say I'm totally uninterested in buys, but I would say I'm kind of uninterested in buys at the moment. Be careful with the accents. They're throwing bombs now. They are throwing bombs, dude. Why are they getting pissed? They're stink bombing everybody now. Why you do this? Oh, Mama Mumbai, why you bombers? The Dalai Lama would never. Do you think we will go to the... Oh, I guess I haven't even... Yeah, what does the opening range gap look like today? Do I think we'll go to the opening range gaps? Well, here's one for today. It's not really... Or wait, no, this is... Oh, this is today, yeah. Do I... I mean, that's... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the bias that I'm holding, right? Is... Again, looking at the daily... Here is the daily structure. And like I said, we could be reaching up for this gap, this wick overlapping this gap. These are, ICT refers to these as hidden fair value gaps. So essentially, this isn't even like super clean. You could actually extend the gap down to the opening of this candle because this is a volume imbalance. But ICT refers to these as hidden fair value gaps when all or majority of the gap is just covered by a wick. You'll see price often want to come back up and retest that gap. So that's why I marked this out. But no, ultimately, yeah, I mean, I would like to have seen this previous daily low with no wick at the lower end of the candle to be traded back into. And into that new week opening gap. So not really doing that as of now. We're trading up into, looks like those 140 is going to be coming here soon in that previous gap. So we'll see if anything comes from here. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I don't trade at market open. Market manipulates right at market open and then trades higher. Like by 5 minutes into the open, we're taking out data high. So we take out data high. Someone's asking, like, are you not interested in longs? It's like, well, I'm not really interested in longs right this second. You know what I mean? If anything, I'd be a little bit more leaning like, oh, I could see a reversal here. You know, so I can't really do much about this, just this continuation. This isn't what I don't trade anything like this really ever, so I don't even know if like what are we at? Where's like the orb traders? Maybe like the 15-minute range breakout traders would have traded this or something. I don't know exactly how their strategy works, but I believe if you're doing like a 15-minute breakout range, you do like basically, would you just buy stop this high? Does anybody know how orb traders trade? Is that how they do it? You got the 15-minute opening range, and then do they just? I mean, they just take the breakout at one way or the other, right? But I don't know if they buy stop that or how they do that. I used to kind of be a orb trader back in my forex days, trading US 30, but I was using like the 1 to 5 minute. But it seems like a lot of people like using the old opening range breakout strat. But it kind of just feels more like if you were to commit to it as like your strategy of choice, to me at least, it would feel very much so like pattern trading. Trump is speaking at 10 a.m. No way. Someone tell this guy to shut the fuck up. You have the, yeah, I don't see that scheduled or anything. Maybe it'll be on YouTube. Trump speaking here. Let's see. Yeah, it says he's live now on this channel. President Trump makes shocking announcement on Canada-Ukraine minerals deal. Oh my God. Dude, this guy's just making nothing but deals this week, apparently. Yeah. I see it now here. If anybody's interested, I also see Diddy trial. Live updates from court. I guess Diddy's trial is today. So anyway, yeah, it looks like Trump is announcing some deal with Ukraine and some Canadian announcement. I'm not sure what that is. I'll wait for the headlines to come across, but I ended up trading ICT. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the exact date or whatever, because I was trading supply and demand kind of before that, which to me, I was using a lot of the same principles like liquidity and imbalances. I think maybe adding the ICT philosophy, if you will, kind of maybe added a little bit more logic and reason behind all of it, and then obviously other small details, obviously as well, like different things, models, etc. But I really just stuck with it because to me, I believe one, that the markets are 100% manipulated, right? I think if you don't believe that the markets are manipulated, I mean, that's pretty silly. Like to think that the markets are random, I just don't buy into that. So I believe that the markets are manipulated and controlled. I think that the markets, and I've seen it repeat more than enough times now, that the market, I'm convinced, is literally only ever doing one of two things: either seeking liquidity or rebalancing price, and it's generally doing both at the same time. So to me, there's the most logic and reason behind all trades that you take. Like when you take a trade using ICT concepts, like somebody that's not gambling or pattern trading, when you take a trade using ICT concepts, like generally there's a lot of logic behind it if you're doing it correctly, right? Like we've rated this liquidity, we're in a key time, and generally you have a very good idea on the draw, right? When price is clean and all these things align, like not only is it very precise and accurate, but there's a lot of logic behind why price no longer needs to go a certain direction and why it can now go this other direction, or you know, whatever the case is. So to me, that makes a lot more sense than you know, just drawing fucking random lines on your chart and like, yeah, I hope it holds. I don't know. It just doesn't make any. There doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of validity with that. But that's not to say that you can't get it wrong trading ICT concepts and be totally offside and, you know, get your ass handed to you. You definitely can. So at the end of the day, it's still retail in terms of like we're all retail, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But no, I'm convinced personally that ICT concepts, like if you're somebody that says that they don't work, or you know, the common troll is ICT equals I can't trade, I just think you're stupid. Like it's just not even. You're living under a rock. I think they work very well. Even for people that like maybe only know like the concepts in a very, very simplistic way. But that was so yeah, I landed on the concepts, I guess, like once and for all, basically when again I had heard someone say that if you don't stick with a strategy for minimum 1 year, then you haven't even really given a strategy a try, because you just don't have enough experience, you don't have enough data to know if it's an edge that makes sense for you or not. So when I kind of like drew a line in the sand and said, okay, I'm gonna pick one thing, because my biggest problem when I first started trading was strategy jumping. I did a lot of strategy jumping. You know, I'd do really well for a while, and then like once I had a streak of just like getting my ass kicked, I would just like, well, let me go let me go find something else that works a little bit better, you know. And then you know, you kind of go through that cycle. I feel like a lot of traders go through that cycle where you strategy hop, and you know, you get emotional after a losing streak or a blown account or whatever, and you think it's the strategy's fault. It's this, you know, it's this, it's that. And in reality, it's just, it doesn't really matter what strategy you pick, as long as you pick a strategy that, one, makes sense to you, that you resonate with, and that you can identify repeatedly and execute repeatedly, right? If you can do that, it doesn't really matter necessarily the strategy, because a lot of times what you'll find as well is like, you know, we could have totally different strategies, and a lot of times we could still end up taking the same trade, right? A lot of this stuff does align a lot of the times, and then there's times where it don't. But the biggest component really just comes down to, can you manage yourself in a way that you can allow the strategy to actually work for you, I guess. But yeah, I mean, ICT concepts is just another way of framing price action, right? Just like kind of what Goslin said. Framing price action concepts. But yeah, we're basically just straight up here, right from the open, straight up here to this previous daily gap. Here now in the 150s. We got ES trading up to its data highs. Let's see if maybe we've taken it out possibly already on the E-mini. Absolutely we have. Bro, I don't know what the micro is doing. The micro is like way behind. I'm not sure. The micro and the E-mini structures are just totally doing their own thing right now today. So yeah, man, it's just kind of the mood of the market lately, where it's like a lot of the moves are happening. We've kind of already talked about this. A lot of the moves are happening just outside of the normal time window that a lot of us are looking to generally trade it, you know? Whether it be Asia range moves, could be London, could be pre-market. You know, generally my sweet spot is anywhere from like shortly after market open. I generally don't like to trade right at market open. It's not to say that I can't. I don't have like a hard rule or anything that I can't. It's just something that I'm not really ever totally focused on trying to do. But, you know, if we get like 5 to 10 to 15 minutes into the open and I see a good setup that makes sense, then I'll generally try that without any hesitation. But, I mean, yeah, when you get, I mean, for a lot of us, this would be a move that a lot of us probably wouldn't catch just because of not trading at open. But for the people that are like, fuck it, I don't care what time it is, I'm gonna trade no matter what time it is, you know, then they may be able to catch more moves like this. But you could also make the argument that they open themselves up to risk a lot of the time too, that, you know, probably doesn't pan out in their favor. So moral of the story is you can't cherry pick. Can I explain the ICT Venom model? I mean, probably not very well. I think I watched like half of his video last night. On yesterday was actually a Venom model, so funny enough, your boy. So you guys remember, I went long, like up in here. We got this move and then break even, right? And then we sold off, and then I was shorting here because we hadn't rebalanced to 50% of the range. And then I was thinking maybe we could sell to new week opening gap. So I was going short up in here, but this was actually a Venom model in the video that ICT put out last night. This was actually a Venom. BPR, looking at this, identifying it as kind of the fangs of the snake, right? So then the executions that he showed were along in here. We ended up closing the trade at break even here, right before I moved higher, or I did, I should say. And then yeah, his long position was like this, up to, yeah, it was like up here. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm like an expert on like the Venom model necessarily. I just the first time he put out a video on it, I looked at it as turtle soup more so with a BPR. Like if I was to kind of like simplify it. But I'm also not somebody that's actively out here looking for models to trade. Like I'm aware of multiple models. You know, I want the draw and I want the power of 3, and then generally if a model presents itself, I'll recognize it. BPR stands for balanced price range, Alex. Basically, 2 overlapping fair value gaps would be a balanced price range. So technically, this would be a BPR right here. There's definitely cleaner examples that you could find, like yesterday, for example. Like this would be a BPR here because there's 2 overlap. This is a bearish fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. They overlap. So eventually you'd want to see price come down into this and rebalance. So making it a balanced price range. It is a very strong PD array for trading off of. Very strong entry model, very strong entry PD array. BPRs, breakers, probably 2 of my favorites if you're going to enter off of like cherry pick, hand pick specific PD arrays. My favorites would probably be breakers and BPRs, probably top of the list. But I don't require it or anything. Saudi Arabia to invest $600 billion in the United States. Yeah, I mean all these positive headlines for the United States is obviously also going to drive price higher as well. I mean, you can't forget that we literally tanked, guys. We literally tanked off of the all-time highs almost like in a very unnatural way. What was it? What were we down like overall? From the all-time highs, we were down almost 30%. And I mean, if you just look at like the monthly candle of April, like, I mean, shit, it looks just, I mean, it's eerily similar to like COVID. I mean, it's even more animated than COVID with way more volatility and volume now than back then. Obviously back then you have the NASDAQ's only trading at 10,000. Right now, the NASDAQ's trading above 20,000s. So, like, these markets just keep growing. The liquidity, the capital inside of them, the market cap keeps growing. So the volatility will increase alongside of that. But that's why these moves will look so much more extreme. But, like, for example, so, like, this move, this sell-off from the all-time highs was almost 30%. So was this one in COVID. This is 26%. This was 27%. But you get like, you see what I mean? But yeah, this was I mean, some hella manipulation if I've ever seen it. You know? And I was a little bit off because I told you guys that when May opened up, I actually wanted to see this next monthly candle drive. I mean, we still could. May's only not even halfway over, but It's not looking likely right now because of how strong we are and all of this positive, all these positive fundamentals kind of fueling bullishness. But you know, I kind of wanted to see the monthly candle dig down into the wick of April, you know, maybe about 50% or so, and then see it turn really about this time, honestly, like around CPI numbers, maybe NFP at the earliest, but that was kind of what I anticipated going into this monthly, again, the monthly candle, the monthly power of 3. We just did not manipulate really into this wick at all as of yet. Made 50% of my profit target. Great day for you. Sounds good, Nala. Congrats. Yeah, I usually just see the headlines like what Soné posted. I'm subscribed. Oh, Soné, did you copy and paste this? I'm from well, I guess maybe they copy and paste it too. I usually subscribe to the account Watcher Guru on Twitter, and it usually has all these headlines. And yeah, it's literally the exact headline about Saudi Arabia, even with all the way down to the flag emojis of Saudi Arabia and the United States. But Soné, I do appreciate you posting that because I actually saw your comment before I saw the tweet. So I might have to rely on the chat. I might have to rely on the chat to be my breaking news. That sounds like a fair deal. Order left by 4 points. Yeah. I mean, realistically, guys, like, let's be honest. If you were even trying to trade this morning, when you look at this price, in hindsight, I mean, let's be honest. In hindsight, you could be like, "Oh, I could have just entered on this candle and it would have just went higher." But like, be honest. Is there really a easy, if you will, entry model here to even play this from like down in here at open? Not really, right? And again, I'm saying like hindsight wise, a lot of you could probably be like, "What do you mean, bro? If I inverse the fair value gap, bro, could have longed it there." Sure, but like to me there's not any like fantastic opportunity to be a participant in that. I mean, it's disappointing. It's FOMO. You see a big move like this, you're just like, "Damn." I get it. I mean, I feel the FOMO just as much as you guys, trust me. But what can I do? I do, Miko, yes. I do. For now. Maybe I'm just gonna, I might just full send them. But yeah, I've only taken one trade on it. I've only taken one trade on them since my last payout, I think. One or two, but I'm pretty sure they're both I think they're just both break-even trades. So next mission is to add funded accounts. Obviously, Tradeify straight to funded, right? So added some of those to the portfolio, and then obviously want to add. I'm gonna be adding Apex and my funded futures accounts as well, and just add to the portfolio of funded accounts. I'll probably, if I'm being honest with you guys, I'll probably do like 3 to 5 Apex accounts at a time, just because I will have to adjust a little bit to trading them a little differently, I would say, just because of the intraday trailing drawdown. Obviously, you can't argue, though, with the scalability. And I think the biggest thing is seeing all the payouts, right? They pay people out. Even if you don't ever get moved to live, You could have your opinions about that, but as traders, we only care about if they pay us out our money. But I might have some struggles in the beginning with them is my point. So that's why I'm only going to do like a handful at a time instead of like 20 at once. You feel me? But we'll do it live on stream, boys. We'll do it live right here on YouTube. Whether you fucking like it or not, you're going to suffer through it with me. You understand? Whether you likes it or whether you don't likes it. Yeah, and again, I'll have to I'll report back ADM. You know, if I ever have any issues, you guys will know. I'll be complaining about it for. Don't you fucking worry. But as of right now, it seems to be that I mean, more people than not are able to scale a lot, and then also if they're paying people out, they've been around long enough to have some credibility. Versus like some of you guys have mentioned like firms that have just barely been around for a while. It's just like, dude, you guys got to understand, like, these firms come and go, and you just don't want to get in too many what would you call it? Too many debacles going to the new shiny object, I guess. Like, just stick with the main ones and you'll be fine. Let other people be the guinea pigs for some of these other ones. Would be my opinion. I mean, you guys do whatever you want, I guess. Sometimes people like a little wild card action. BPR, Natasha's balanced price range. I kind of just went over it, but it's basically just overlapping fair value gaps. We actually may be forming a BPR here shortly on the NASDAQ on the 1 minute. But it's a little suspect after a quick run up like this. Generally, my first thought is not like straight down. Generally, my thought is, you know, maybe back and forth, put in some structure, whatever, and then manipulation, and then breakdown. Generally around, ironically, I line that up pretty good with the macro too. So macro is like right here. That was luck, by the way. I'll take it though. Just kidding. So like macro is like right here. So that's kind of like this is where my mind is at right now, like waiting to see something like this play out. I mean, it's not to say that it's totally impossible for price to just do this, but probably not quite as likely, but Alex, and you use my code? Wait, I bought a Tradify account today. Just hope they also pay out. Oh, I appreciate it, Alex. Yeah, that's a treat for the doggo. He appreciates you. Yeah, I'm working towards my first payout as well with Tradify, so I'll definitely keep you guys posted, but I don't think that's been any issues. I think they're really, really, really fast with their payouts. Any sales for Top Step? Fuck no. When's the last time they ever did a sale? Let's be honest. Bro, I don't know what's going on with them, honestly. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not a hater at all. I was a partner with Top Step for a long time. Made good money as a partner. You know, obviously they kind of invented the prop space. But just some of the things, like some of the changes that they have made, even just over the last like 12 to 18 months, and like some of the changes they're talking about making going forward, it's like, man, you would almost think that they're struggling financially. You know what I mean? And it's not like Jade Cap took 2 point whatever million from them. You know what I mean? So it's a little weird to me. It's like some of the decisions that they're making seem to be like, it's just like, dude, you guys act like you're trying to penny pinch everything for your bottom line almost, and it's kind of weird. But like, for example, one of the things that went on when I was exclusive with them was, you know, we had a deal in place, or I guess more so I had an understanding that I was going to be able to do several giveaways with you guys as well. They let me do one giveaway, and then they said we're not going to do giveaways anymore. I'm like, what? So they let me do one giveaway, and they let me give away like 2 or 3 50K accounts. So any giveaway that I did after that was just out of my own pocket. So I'm like, dude, I don't know. Just things like that, you know, kind of. It is what it is. It's their decision, but it is a little annoying. And like the whole like sale thing, like, bro, for like the last 2 years, I can't remember the last time they did a sale. I think maybe when they launched Top Step X, you know, they were supposed to do a big sale when they hit 150K subs on YouTube for Top Step TV, and what'd they do? They did like some coaching thing. So a little, yeah, just stuff like that. It's like, what the fuck? Like, is it really at times that tough over there? I don't think so. I think they're making a lot of money. Tyler, would you rather have a daughter who does OnlyFans or never get laid ever in the future? Never? Like never ever? You know what? Damn. There's 2 ways I can go with this. One, I could just have a bunch of other babies and raise them right. To help make this world great again. So I could say that as an answer, kind of to offset the one degenerate activity. I think I'm going to say that. Yeah, I think I'm going to say that. Never, that's a long time. Never's a long time. I don't know if I could do it. I could know if I never ever. Yeah, Sharath, my last payout took a while too, like longer than all my previous ones, but it was like 5 days. Was it? I didn't have the 12-day issue, but I was a little bit like weirded out. Like, why did it take that long? Gay son or thought daughter, the classic. I don't know. What is actually the consensus on that? What is generally the answer that you guys hear when people ask that question? I fucking don't. I've thought about it. I actually don't know. Yeah, probably gay son though would be where I'd lean. If I needed to give an answer, gun to my head. Maybe that makes me sexist though. I'm just very like, I'm not anti-feminism, but I'm anti like the current feminist movement. If that makes sense. It's not like I hate women. But would I want them to repeal the 19th? Well, listen, hey. Would I hey. Listen. Let me tell you this. I can tell you this with 100% confidence. If they did repeal the 19th, well, I don't think we would have to worry about a liberal run nation for a while. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying to repeal the 19th. I'm just saying if they were to, that is kind of how, naturally it'd kind of work out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, modern day feminism is pretty whack. Got a lot of on both sides. I think it hurts both sides. You're gonna have a lot of angry, bitter cat ladies. I think eventually, and then we're declining birth rates. You got divorce rates through the roof. It's just not good. Just not good. You got everybody complaining about hookup culture. Well, who's the one that who's the gatekeepers of sex, right? Men are the gatekeepers of marriage. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. So if hookup culture is a problem, who's to blame more so? Is it the men or the women? Probably the women, right? They're the ones that gatekeep that opportunity for the men. So it's their fault. It's not the men's fault. If they were all traditional and said, we're waiting until marriage, or wait until at least we're in a very serious committed relationship, wouldn't be hookup culture then, would it? That's right. The big brain stuff over here. I'm maybe offending some of the women in the chat, but hey, listen, you can always count on me to tell you the truth. You might not like what you hear, but you're gonna like the way you look. Do you take payouts to an LLC or to personal? Personal for now. To be honest with you, my tax guy told me that there really wasn't of benefit to me at all to do S corp or LLC. So I just took his word for it. And that's just what I'm rocking with for now. But I could come across new information that changes that. I mean, but either way, like when you take payouts, it's the exact same as getting self-employment income, right? You're getting a 1099. I am familiar with Fresh and Fit. I don't agree with everything they say though. Like I don't believe men should be out here just I don't think men should be out here running through women either. But like I said, women are the gatekeepers, so it's kind of positively reinforcing negative behavior, so it goes both ways with that. But I am familiar with them, yes. I think many people are. Payouts in crypto. What about payouts in crypto? Payouts in crypto. Who pays out in crypto? Other than like CFD brokerages. I saw that you could pay like My Fund of Futures with crypto. Do they pay out in crypto as well? Sorry if I don't know that, boys and girls. I'm learning. I don't think so. But yeah, I did see that you could buy accounts with crypto. Unless I saw that by mistake or something. I'm probably going to be loading up some of these expert accounts either today or tomorrow with the 30% sale the promo that they just rolled out. And then I'm going to add these to NinjaTrader and be copy trading, Tradeify, My Fund of Futures. I had some Apex accounts as well. Yeah, you can pay with crypto. So I don't know if the payouts are the same. Yeah, they're also very fast. Very, very fast. I've heard that about my fund of futures and Tradeify. Very, like, extremely quick. Like, knock your socks off fast. Like, you thought I was quick in bed. You ever taken a payout from one of these firms? I'll tell you what, shit. You don't know what quick is. But you gonna learn. I don't think you know what a bad day is. You gonna find out.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, man. It was Top Step ADM, the first one. I mean, I passed a couple like phase ones of other like Forex firms back in the day, but I was never ever actually able to pass phase two. Believe it. So that was always my struggle. Like, I could pass phase one and then I couldn't get past phase two. I did like FTMO. I think I did like Smart Prop Trader. Do you guys remember Q Banks and Anthony's World? For anybody that was in the Forex space, those guys, they launched, what was it, Top Tier? I did try a couple of those. Same thing. I also don't really care for those guys. I don't care for really any of the Forex guys. I think they're all kind of skeezy. But when you've been in trading this long and you've seen enough bad shit, you kind of get a little cynical. Like, I definitely understand the cynicism and the hate that a lot of like traders get online, because I think a lot of their first knee-jerk reaction is to just kind of be cynical and skeptical of everybody in the trading space, especially the ones that have been around a while. Like, you just kind of assume that you're getting fucking lied to all the time. And most of the time you are. That's the funny part. So like, when somebody does come around and they actually do have good intentions and they're not lying to you all the time, the default setting is already like, I just fucking hate this guy. So Mamba is most trustworthy? Maybe. Listen, if you got face tats, and you're making doctor salaries on MetaTrader or CFD brokerages, hell yeah. You ballin'. What does he sell anyway? Is it just a course, mentorship? What is it? What does he sell? I'm not even sure. Man, I was part of this trading group called Akashics. Bro, Volt, you did not. Akashics? Oh, bro, I got some stories. Me and you got a mutual if that's the case. Akashics with Forex, but I'm pretty sure it's a big scam. TradeX Mastery was the firm, and it low-key looks sketchy as hell. Oh my god, bro. No way. But to this day, I do think it is a scam. Volt, who did you join Akashics through? Or I guess, where are you from? And let me know, are you familiar, Volt, with the name Matty Pips, Joel Arias, I mean, Joey Wilson? Any of those names ring any bells? Brent Badal. I could FaceTime Joey Wilson right now. I don't know if he would answer. So long story short, a lot of you guys already know my background, but I was in IM Mastery Academy for a while. When I say that I've paid for education and paid for mentorship, so I was in network marketing prior to getting into trading. I got introduced to trading through a buddy of mine who I met essentially through network marketing. And I got really burnt out of the industry in like 2019 because I'd been doing it for a few years. Obviously I wasn't making like really good money or anything like that, but kind of just enough to like get by. And I'm like, I've always wanted to learn how to trade, and I'm gonna commit to learning how to day trade like late 2019, right? So I followed all these people that were in IM Mastery Academy or IML, and I'm sitting to myself, I'm like, damn, like these guys, it's a network marketing company where you can recruit people. I'm like, but from the looks of it, right? Because that's how naive I was. From the looks of it, these guys are kicking ass, making all this money just as customers of the platform, learning how to trade, taking trade signals, watching the go live sessions, etc. Right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, you're telling me I could join this company. I don't even have to recruit people. I don't have to talk to people about this. I can make money from the actual product. I thought that was badass. Again, my naive little self didn't know shit. So I sign up, and I remember Maddie Pips is who I signed up with. I signed up with Maddie Pips and Joey Wilson. They live not far from me, by the way. They live like, well, maybe like a couple hours away. So yeah, I signed up. I remember Matty Pips had this crazy story how he grew a $500 HFX trading account to like 1.2 million in like a year and a half or something. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh man, I could put $500 into a trading account, and I can compound calculator this shit all the way to 1 million. Let's do it. So I sign up. Long story short, the whole thing was a lie. The whole thing was a scam. There was some good education inside the platform. They did teach you the basics. There were some other educators that maybe weren't as shady. But like the stories like that, totally false. Complete lies. Turns out he had a deal with the brokers that he was promoting where obviously, yes, affiliate commissions were involved, but not just that. That's one thing. The thing that actually pissed me off the most was the fact that all of the withdrawals that he would take a $30,000 withdrawal, post the screenshot in the group chats and stuff, and like everybody would freak out like, oh my God, you know, that'd be life-changing to be able to take that. Like he made 30 grand today and he just withdrew it. You know what I mean? So you're sitting there thinking that this is all real. And yeah, he had a deal with the brokers to where his account said it was a live account, said it was real, it said all these payouts were real, and they were completely fake. It was a demo the whole time. And that was kind of like when my extreme cynicism and hatred of trading gurus really kicked in, because I was pissed. And Tyler Jacobs is in the chat. I see him. He said he lives 20 minutes from them. He can vouch. I mean, I remember him and I would be on Zoom calls and we'd be trading HFX together, either like blowing accounts, fucking around, or we would actually make money, and then the brokers wouldn't allow you to take the money out. Like I remember Tyler Jacobs, I remember he like flipped an account to like, I forget the number, but it was like tens of thousands of dollars. And he started with maybe, I don't even know, like a couple grand at most. And tens of thousands of dollars, couldn't get it out. Yeah, 80K. Couldn't get it out. And anyway, so then Matty Pips ends up getting terminated from the company. So then I start working closely with Joey Wilson, more so, because they were partners. And then, anyway, long story short, they all left. I left IM, whatever it was, like 2-3 years ago now. And I just got fucking so sick of like people signing up and like you're just like all your uplines wanted you to do was just teach them how to recruit and go hit a rank. And it's like when I really just sit back and think about it, it's like, dude, I signed up in this company to learn trading. And like I don't even think, like at that point, I'm like, I don't even think that people are really even getting what they paid for. Like people are signing up to trade and they're getting pushed to recruit. And so I fucking said I can't do this shit anymore. and fucking stepped away and I've been a hater ever since. I've been a hater ever since. I went from being like best buddies with Matthew Thayer, Joey Wilson. I mean, if anybody is familiar with any of those guys, like I went from being like best friends with all of them to like I'm like public enemy number one. I'm blocked on everything. Because I'm a chirper, dude. Like once I become a hater, I don't know what it is. I actually enjoy confrontation. I enjoy it. Like I literally just like I don't care. I'll come at you. I'll come at you until you block me. But that stuff just pisses me off. Yes, Natasha, Joey. They're partners again in Akashics. That's why when Volt said he was in Akashics, the role with the winners group, yeah, you're talking about Noah Ortiz. Yeah. Noah Ortiz is Joey Wilson's new little minion. When I well, yeah. That's his new little mini me. None of those guys care about trading at all, guys. It's all just recruiting. They'll say whatever they got to say to get you to sign up. Even if they have to just flat out lie to your face. And then if you question anything, you're a hater. So there you go. And then yeah, like Volt, like Brent Badal, Joel Arias, I think they're educators now over there. They do tap to trades. When I was hating on Joey, and Joey was thinking about leaving, one of the last things that he offered to me was he offered to give me a placement if I launched with their team, like meaning he'd put a bunch of people under me. And then he also said we could make you an educator on the platform. We could make you an educator on the platform. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but whatever I said was mean enough for him to block me. And haven't talked to him since. But anyway, you had to be there. You had to be there. But yeah, Volt, Joel Arias and Brent, they were actually in my team at one point in IM. So I was above them in the pyramid scheme. Fun fact. Oh, shit. You live and you learn, boys. Oh, John Phibb. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about John Phibb. I kind of don't like his attitude sometimes, but I've tuned into his go live sessions. I've seen he's actually been live on YouTube before as well, like recently. But no, yeah, so like that's when I finally started getting into like smart money concepts and like ICT, but it was like it was so disingenuous. I remember when we were learning like smart money concepts secondhand from these guys. If anybody in the live chat ever said, bro, this is ICT concepts, go watch ICT on YouTube, yada yada, like if anybody ever typed that in a chat, they were immediately banned. They were like, yeah, hey, don't say shit like that, and then they'd like ban them. I'm like, that's fucking weird. Apparently free speech isn't a thing here. So, if you haven't noticed a common theme with me, boys and girls, I value honesty very much. Free speech. Common sense. I do know Bobby Mills, yes. I know Bobby Mills, Taylor Marks. Tyler Jacobs in the chat is like best buddies with Taylor Marks. Whole money marks. Listen. Oh no. I actually went golfing with Taylor Marks last summer once. He is actually good at golf. I'll give him that. Bro, why is he baddish? All right, guys, we got macro starting in a minute. Thoughts on Bobby? Bro, you want something crazy? I pull my wedgie down here. Look, boys. So this was a gift from Tyler Jacobs in the chat. He gave me this canvas. This is actually me like doing a little like post-conference little fucking speech outside. I probably said some really goated shit, if I'm being honest. On top, it says Galatians 6:9. I don't know if you guys can see that. But anyway, this is Bobby Mills. Where is it? This is Bobby Mills right here. Buddy looked pissed. I must have said something he didn't like. Guys, don't scam people. Don't scam people. He got pissed. And then he got all mad at me. Yeah, I saw all this stuff with like Alex Moore and Matt Rosa too. And all the stuff that's going on. I think a lot of that's just virtue signaling though. I think all of those guys that were high up in the company knew all the bad shit that was going on the whole time, but now that it no longer benefits them, they can take the moral high road and act like you know, they're some morally virtuous person. But that's cool. It looks like we have those mutual connections, Volt. Or those mutual, maybe not connections, but mutual acquaintances, maybe. Yeah, you know, hey, it's all part of the journey, right? It wasn't all bad. There were some good moments. Met some good people. Some of my closest friends today I met in that company. We bonded over the trauma of the scamming that was going on. But yeah, no, I'll gladly speak out against those individuals because they're still doing to this day what they were doing back then, and yeah, I just have a major issue with that. So yeah, I have no problem speaking out against it. Whether that makes me seem like a hater or not, I feel like my hatred and judgment comes from a place of my moral compass being in the right place, at least. So that's okay with me. Oh, you'd be surprised, Volt. They got money, but it's not from what you think. In terms of it's from team building, getting placements. Like the way that these network marketing companies work is people who have had success, when they go to another company, they'll say, "Hey, if I give you," like the company will literally just place thousands of people on their team. And then they really just gotta build like one leg or something, and then you're sitting on 50 to 100 grand a month in residual income for at least a little while. On top of that, they usually have very shady, scammy affiliate deals with these very unregulated brokerages, which is why they're all offshore, because this shit's illegal. And that's why a lot of these companies are based in like Dubai. So they're outside of US jurisdiction. Yeah, I would love nothing more. I would love nothing more than to see a lot of these people have justice served to them. You know? And it's just because, like, dude, when it comes to trading, bro, like, how many people follow you and lose money based on your recommendations? In terms of like, if you're literally feeding people to the wolves, like, yo, yeah, guys, put all your money. One, you lie about your results, so they follow you because of that. They like you gain credibility through lying. Hate that. And then two, yeah, guys, put money in this unregulated brokerage where you won't even be able to get your money out probably if you do make money. And just literally feeding people to the wolves for personal gain. I think that's fucked up. Like I would rather work a job than make money that way. As somebody that hasn't had a traditional 9-to-5 job since 2016, I'd rather go back to that than be a total piece of shit. You feel me? Give me one clap if you're with me. Yeah, 5 big booms. Well, guys, all right, we got 5 minutes into the macro here. Let's see if this top of the 11 a.m. hour brings any reversal here. We have SMT currently with ES and NQ at the high here. Potentially could frame a 1 hour power of 3 here at 11 a.m. This would kind of just be what I'm waiting for as a possibility. If not, then probably gonna have to step away for a bit. I do have to go back to the hospital today. Give my older sister some company so she's not totally bored out of her mind. But I'll try to keep my eye on these charts during lunch and early PM session if we don't get anything here. And then I'll keep you guys updated as always on Twitter and Discord. So hop in that old girl. That sounded weird. Hop in that bad boy if you're not already in it. The link is somewhere in the chat. It almost looks like the drawing. I know. Ain't that cool? That's why I didn't delete it. I'm like, I'm going to just keep this on here. This will be badass. This will be badass. Could you imagine if it just works out perfect like this? I try to be Calvin. I tried my best. Bro, I try to be honest. I try to be honest. I try to tell truth. I'm a good guy. You can trust me. The TGR thing. I mean, it's not really anything too crazy. It's it was just he threw some shade at me, and I didn't. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll take the bait. So then I threw some shade back at him and kind of like his community, which was like a bunch of 15, 16-year-old kids. He, in my opinion, lied about his results. Kind of the same situation I just outlined for you guys with the people in IM Academy that lied about their results. I think TGR did the same thing to kind of gain credibility. He was also shilling CFD offshore brokerages with affiliate deals, which is why I was under the assumption, I mean, I can't prove this, but my belief is that he did the exact same thing that like these guys in IM did, which is have an affiliate deal with the broker. They give you a demo account that looks real, and then you can fake everything from there and tell your audience that it's real because it looks real, right? Any screenshot of a live account or whatever, it'll say real, it'll say live. But these stupid 15-year-old kids that don't know any better, like me, when I first got started in trading, I didn't know any better either. I'm like, oh, it says real, it must be real. So I was kind of calling him out for that. Just because I've seen a thing or two. And I'm like, I think this is what he's doing. And I'm like 99.999999999 call it 100% sure that that's exactly what's going on. And then, yeah, he like moved to Puerto Rico. And then I had some people from his Discord like sending me stuff. I mean, I think they were kind of trying to like fuel the fire. I think a lot of people really love drama, and I took the bait. And I didn't really need to get into this topic about him because I wasn't really concerned about this topic. I was more so concerned about him lying about the trading stuff. And then, but anyway, he said like he bought this house in Puerto Rico, but then all of the people in his chat were like sending me like, you know, rent.com listings showing that it was actually rented and not, you know, that he didn't own it. So like there was a lie there with that story if that was the case. So then I made this like TikTok video, like kind of explaining that situation, that he was lying about that specifically. Like I said, probably silly just because it brought in an aspect, like a topic that it wasn't relevant. I don't care about really all that shit. I care about the trading stuff. But anyway, so then he sent all of his minions after me and reported my entire, like all my TikTok videos until my account got banned. So then my TikTok account, my first one, got banned. I had like 30,000 followers on that. So then I had to make a new one. So but here's the thing though. It's like when you got people that follow you so religiously like that, like kind of like what he has, a cult like following, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter what you say, you know. You could show them the most heinous truths, but they'll just believe what they want to believe. Tyler, where'd you go? You missed some good combo. I pulled down the canvas that you gave me. I was showing him Bobby Mills. Yeah, this was a Christmas gift from Tyler Jacobs in the chat a few years ago. So shout out him. But yeah, Galatians 6:9, boys and girls. Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Talking to you. Talking to you. Sorry, I don't mean to be Bible-y, preachy. I kind of get a little weird vibe when people do that as well, especially in like the trading space. Not that I don't like the message or people expressing their faith or anything like that. Obviously, I'm a Christian as well. I don't know. My default setting is just that it's usually virtue signaling. You know, like I know if I sit here and preach about Jesus Christ and the Bible and faith and all that, like, yeah, it's great. Obviously, the message is good, and most people are gonna agree because most people are Christians, and they're gonna be like, hell yeah, you know, they're gonna agree, amen, brother, amen. But something about the idea of using Christianity or faith to like garner views, clicks, and trust with your audience, something about that just doesn't sit right with me. It feels wrong. Cam Trades, who are you talking about? Well, hey guys, appreciate you hanging out. I feel like we've covered a lot of topics today. Like the stream if you're enjoying yourselves, at least. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get anything here. We got a few minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. We still have this SMT divergence, just waiting for price to displace here to confirm any setups. Yeah, otherwise this is just pretty much straight up. I mean, again, I don't know if anybody just kind of YOLO'd in longs at any point along this rally. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. Could institutional order flow entry drill here. but not really a trade. Like this is all right at the end of the last macro as well. I don't know, not really something that I would have been too interested in. Even if I held that bias. So did I stop streaming last year? No. Did I stop streaming last year? I just started. I haven't even been streaming for a year. I started streaming July of last summer. No, Volt. No, they joined another company. They're not the owners or anything. They're just they're people that have been in the industry a while and got a lot of deals and placements and things given to them to come over there and build that company. Some of them are in jail, Radiant. Some of them are. But I think they're in jail for other things, though, not related to, like, trading or anything like that. They're, like, some of them are in jail for, like, kind of some deeper, darker shit. Austin Godsey, Cash Cartier. Okay. But I think, I think they're being investigated for potential, like, murder. Or something like that. SA, things along those lines. Tried shorting. Yeah, we kind of just keep grinding higher here. We're starting to see this move down. We'll see if it sustains. I guess I like it if it does. You got a 5-minute fair value gap that we're hitting right now. So if we were to inverse that, could make sense to maybe attempt a short here, but it could just hold and we keep kind of grinding higher. If that is the case, like I said, I'll probably step away for at least like the next hour or so. Keep an eye on it during lunch into early PM session. Maybe I could do a PM stream. Just depends on how long I'm at the hospital for. So might have to just look at charts on my phone. Clean price action on YM. Get out of here. Oh no. Oh. Oh, that was funny. I actually didn't expect that. I thought you were being serious. Radiant, you already asked that. I already answered your question. Whoa. Yeah, what Jackson said. I don't know if you can you say that on YouTube? I don't think you can say that on YouTube. I don't know if the chat can. I mean, the chat maybe can. I don't know if I can. Yeah, not good. Not good. Do we do a P&L? I'm just kind of waiting for the actual to see if this is going to sell off here because the P&L check could change. We'll do a P&L check before we hop off, though. I have not taken any trades today. I took 2 trades yesterday. Both were break-evens. Last week, it was a marathon of getting left behind for me, predominantly. Welcome to the realities of trading, I guess. Just got to get through it. You got to get through it so you can get to it. You know what I mean? How do you calculate 5% price limit? I mean, if you just go to... Shoot, I wonder if this was still saved for me. If you go to the CME group... Here. Can I copy this? Copy... Wait. Oh, wait, where is it? Where is it? Hang on. CME group. Here we go. All right. So I'll copy this link in here. See if I can drop it in the chat. Hell yeah, Cam. That's what we're talking about. So if you go to this link right there, maybe bookmark it. But yeah, if you go here and then you come over here to equity index, and you're going to want to find, where's the search bar? There was a limited pre-listed contracts not be accurate. Oh, generally there's a little search bar here. At least there was when we were having those limit down days, where I would just type in the MNQ or the NQM contract. But this is where you would look. So you're looking for, where's the NASDAQ? Here we go. E-mini NASDAQ, NQM. So, well, let's see, this is the problem. You got to scroll up. Reference price. So this is going to give you the reference price for the close from the day before. So then, obviously, the 7% limit down rule, that is for the just overall market. But if you're trading on a firm that doesn't allow you to trade beyond 5%, then you would have to just, measure on your chart either 5% from the reference price, or, give yourself that 2% cushion from the 7% down price limit. But yeah, like, I don't believe any of the firms that I'm now partnered with, Apex, My Fund of Futures, or Tradeify, I believe that is no longer a rule that you would need to be concerned about with those. But for TopStep, I believe it's a rule. I'm trying to remember if there was other firms. No, My Fund of Futures was. My Fund of Futures does have the rule. I take that back. Tradeify does not have the rule, and Apex doesn't have the rule. But My Fund of Futures does have that rule. That's right. I reminded myself because they released this indicator, right? I thought the indicator wasn't actually like super accurate though. Where was it? Oh, why is it not on here? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They released like a MFFU circuit breaker or something. Here we go. Is this it? Oh, maybe not. Anyway, but the indicator wasn't, but I remember they released that during that time. Yeah. Trump is speaking again? Shut up. Are you serious? This guy. Oh my gosh. I see this like Saudi Arabia thing or whatever. Is that? I don't know if that's it. Well, shoot, boys. Looks like this ain't gonna play out. So let's scrap this. Macro's over as well. So unfortunately, it's looking like I'm probably not gonna get a trade in this morning. And what I would be looking for going into the rest of the day. Let's see where we're at. 4 hour. What is this? What do I have marked up here? Oh, this is the weekly fair value gap. Yeah. Weekly fair value gap up here. 350. See if price maybe wants to reach into that. We're not far off. We're less than 100 points away. That's just crazy, dude. We're just trucking. Just trucking. I mean, it's cool. But 2 days in a row now, we kind of explained the bell curve of the Asia range. Asia range standard deviation. Sorry, that's a bad one. But like 2 days in a row now, we are trading above 4 standard deviations of Asia range. So like yesterday and today, if you're going off of that, definitionally would be considered outliers. For anyone wondering. But yeah, man, shoot. It's really just waiting for structure to get put into to then potentially lead to a reversal, but I mean, it's just not present right now. So this is just, if you're shorting, you're just fighting, the trend, I guess. You're fighting the move higher. So you really have to wait for some structure to get put in, wait for some confirmation, true market structure shifts. Then you can reasonably look for some shorts back to rebalance and take out sell side. But yeah, it's been very one-sided all week so far. Very one-sided all week, from weekly open, the week opening gap. Obviously, we talked about that daily candle, no wick. And it's really just been like the only people that are making any money right now are the bulls. So at some point, this is going to correct and come back and take out some of these people. You know? Matter of when, though. But yeah, so key areas that I would just be paying attention around tops of hours. So I'll take a look at price around the 12 o'clock hour, and also 1 o'clock hour, 2 o'clock new 4-hour candle, and then just see if there's a power of 3 to be framed or had around that. But I'll keep you guys updated, like I said, on Twitter, on YouTube, on the Discord. Appreciate you guys showing up as always. Like the stream before you go. I will be streaming tomorrow as well. What's the worst that can happen? We take no trades again? Like, fucking A. So, but yeah, let's do a P&L check before you go. Before you guys start dropping off like flies. Hey, stay here. We're taking 100 more trades yet. We just getting started. Green, red, bullet. Let me know in the chat how you guys have done today. Leo, got your first payout today. Congrats, Leo. Everybody remembers their first, don't they? Everybody remembers their first time. ICT taught us how to trade NQ. I make everywhere except NQ. I don't know how you guys got edge. Yeah, I got some people that just trade like some people, a lot of people just trade gold. I don't know. It's just really a preference. I mean, it works in everything. I like the indices because I feel like I can be really, really precise with the indices, even just when it comes to time. I feel like if I traded gold, I would have to probably alter my trading schedule a little bit. I'd probably have to trade earlier, most likely, and then just have a bigger window. Like, I'd be really focused on the entire New York kill zone, not just the equities kill zone. So yeah, as kind of expected here. Over 100 votes, over half the chat is flat. 24% red, 19% green. So yeah, your only opportunity today was basically long at open. Long at open, or just join the move, YOLOing in, chasing price, and getting lucky, I guess. But that's about it. Nothing otherwise to write home about. But I do appreciate you guys showing up. Go ahead and like the stream. If you need to buy any combines and evaluations, use the code Tyler at checkout for the best deal always. And I do appreciate your guys' support as always. But you guys have an amazing, blessed Tuesday afternoon. I will keep you guys updated if I do take anything else in the Discord, on Twitter, on YouTube. And as always, peace and love, everybody. We'll see ya tomorrow.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches ticking every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. He's dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.